One of the more interesting pairings from Mega Evolution base set is Cynthia's Garchomp EX with Forest of Vitality. At first, you might think I'm crazy, and you'd be right. After all, I'm still playing TCG Pocket every day 1 year later. But the Forest doesn't exist so you can take a dump like a Venusaur. It allows you to immediately evolve into Roserade provided it isn't your first turn of the game. The early strategy remains the same. Get Gabite into play with TM Evolution right away, then use its ability to find your Cynthia's Pokemon. What the Forest does is allow you to Poffin for 2 Roselia, Gabite for 2 Roserade, evolve into them, evolve into Garchomp, then deal a good amount of damage with Corkscrew Dive, drawing you up to 6 in the process. If all that wasn't enough, Premium Power Pro boosts Garchomp's damage by another 30 to 120 depending on how much Gatorade you force feed it. And good old Power Weight gives Garchomp 400 hit points, making it that much tougher for someone like Ceruledge to knock it out. And failing to blow something up all the way on your first attempt is the definition of Ceruledging. Oh my god, we don't have it again. This is the third game where we've barely been able to do anything. Okay. Oh. Okay. We can easily win this one. This is an easily winnable matchup. We just have to not lose. It is the easiest thing in the world. Just don't lose and we win. Okay? That is it. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just so tilted. All right, we have to just thin out all the Gible. Okay? All the Gible out of the deck. And then, I mean, I think I can just, we'll attach to this guy. Because, again, we don't want to attack, right? You don't want to attack. That is the rule of Big Toe is you don't want to attack. Oh, oh no, they have the greatest Pokegear art from Unbroken Bonds. Okay, we can definitely win. I just love how there's that gap between the prize cards and the edge of the prizes. Like, we need to improve the outlines of things in the game board to make it look better. Okay. Make sure it's flush with the line. Nah, that's too much work. You know, jagged edges of cards, that gives them character. Okay, all I need is a playable hand. I thinned out my deck as much as possible. Mr. Mountain Dew, thank you for gifting another sub to a Dizzy Gamer. Just give me a Gabite. Thank you. We can play the game, everybody. Oh, everybody. We can actually play the game. We can actually play Pokemon cards, everybody. It's time to freak out. Okay, we're thinning all of the cards out of the deck now. Every single card is being currently thinned out of the deck. There is no way we don't win now. Okay? The last game we would have won if we just had a supporter or a Gabite. Never saw any of those. So now we're definitely going to win. It's going to be great. Okay, and then we go get Roselia. And look at how much we can do. We can get... Okay, remember, this isn't my list, so if it doesn't work, just blame Jack Koenig. Okay, and we want to keep our hand a little bit thick. And now what we can do next turn is, as long as they don't knock out this Gabite, as long as this Gabite stays alive, we win the game. It doesn't matter. I can top deck a Poffin. I can literally top deck a Poffin, and we can still win, right? Because all I have to do is just punch the Mega Kangaskhan in the face, and we win. Please don't tell me you're going for a... Yeah, see? We win. Easy. Oh, yeah, Tord's deck is great. No, Tord's deck loses to the Pilot. You can't trust Tord when Pilot's up squawking his billy. All right, so let's... Oh, we prize 2 Roserade. Oh, my God. This game is great. This game is so good. You know, don't you just love this game? We prized 2 Roserade. Because of course we did. Of course we prized 2 Roserade. Why wouldn't we? I mean, it doesn't matter, but like, seriously? We prized 2 Roserade? Is this how life is gonna be for Trust Your Pilot? But this is just GG. We got everything. We're taking a 3 prize KO. They have to do a million things. Okay, we literally in our first 30 cards of our deck, we would have had 1 supporter. I think I would have, the next 4 cards in my deck, I think were not supporters. Lily's was like card number 5 in that equation. And we also just, oh wait, we also prized the Neo Upper again. Oh my god. Yeah, so a YouTube audience, you didn't see it, but the previous game we faced off against Typhlosion, I had all of my Roselia and all of my Gible, and then I had 3 Garchomp in my hand. Never found a supporter, never found a Gabite. We also prized the Neo Upper in our first game against Hydrapple, which was our one chance to win. So we prized the Neo Upper against... This game hates me. Yeah, I learned everything I know from watching Pilot. I always prize my ace back, but we literally just win because I can Draconic Buster. What are they going to do? Get rid of my PP? Yeah, you can play with my PP, but I have a Roserade. There's nothing they can get rid of. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing you can do. I thought I was gonna top deck bosses. So we're doing, yeah, like there's nothing they can do. This deck is terrible. I told you. I am better. I can beat this deck as long as I have, even if I don't have a playable hand, I can beat this deck. Because you just take 2 knockouts and it's game. You know, I prized Neo Upper, I prized Hilda, I prized 2 Roserade, and I still managed to win. Because all you have to do to beat their deck is just don't attack. That's it. Just don't do anything. Don't get a period. As long as you don't get your period, you can beat off a Mega Absol player. Hopefully we have 2 Gabite left in the deck because I'm going to try to evolve into them. Okay, we do, so we just do easy things. We just go Buddy Poffin for 2 Studio Gible. Probably should have checked to see if we had the Toedscruel. But we just go TM Evolution for double Gabite. If they go like Crispin and they're like, hey, I'm going to get rid of your Lily's Determination, that's really bad. So if they go for Claw of Darkness, take the KO, get my Lily's Determination, then we're just sort of sitting here with our fingers between our toes because it feels kind of good. Hoping. You know, maybe there's a world where I should have Lilies'd, but it's like they would have needed to get the Crispin. Or, I don't know. I don't know the list. All I know is that I beat this deck every day, and it's the easiest deck to beat. They're giving me a period. Luckily, I have my PAL pad, so we don't have to worry about getting a period. All right, let's go. I guess it's just getting all the Gible. Or no, we get 1 Gible because I only have 2 Garchomp. And then we go for a Roselia. And just Lilies for 8. And remember, the key here is you do not hit into them. It's very simple. What is the game? Oh, good God. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine because we can just knock out the Mega Absol next turn. But I think I go for Fighting Energy. We have 3 Roserade in the deck. So, yeah, we just do nothing. I mean, actually, it's okay. Let's just do it for fun. Okay, for fun, let's hit into them with a Roselia. Maybe they won't concede when they realize that I'm going to absolutely obliterate their butt. Oh, if they claw away my PP, that's fine. You know, no one is remarked on the stream title, by the way, where cover me in your golden Gatorade shower. Okay, so they got the trolley. Oh, if you're wasting a turn to use Turbo Energize, you've already lost. If they're going to just Turbo Energize and not use Claw of Darkness to take a KO, that's really bad. Okay, so the gang's all here. Now, I'm not intimately familiar with the deck because I kind of disregarded it because I beat it off so often. Like, I can beat off Tord in my sleep. So I don't know, like, does it recover stuff from the discard pile? Because if it does, then Toedscruel kind of makes sense. But I feel like I can just win just going on offense. If I can be as offensive as possible, that will be good. Oh, they're going for the Turbo Energize? Okay, that's fine. And I don't think, yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I don't think you use Adrenabrain because, like, who are you going to put it on? Right? Like, does it make any sort of sense to put it on the Roselia? It does, but does it use Night Stretcher all that much? Or are they just going for Mega Kangaskhan and hoping? Because they don't realize it's weak to fighting. Oh, we just topped. Okay, this is great. This is what we in the Pokemon card streaming business call pretty darn good. All right, so that goes there. I just have to make sure that one of these is a Garchomp. One of these has to be a Garchomp, so as long as I don't screw that up, we'll be fine. Just everyone say it with me. Trust your pilot. Don't screw this up. All right, so there's this guy, and then we drop to 6. We take the KO. Wait, we don't take the KO. Oh, I bosses. Oh yeah, I just bosses. I was worried there for a second. No, we just literally bosses, and everything's fine. All right, so how much damage am I doing? I'm doing 140, 170. See ya. See ya, buddy. Sorry. See you later. I mean, I guess just in case, I'll do that just in case they have some kind of crazy shenanigans. But yeah, we got Unfair Stamp, we got Forest of Vitality. Again, I've been massively disappointed by Forest of Vitality. I just don't really see the point to it. And that's why the 181st list didn't even play it. It played Neo Whopper instead of Unfair Stamp. It played Hilda. No Forest of Vitality. Like, you understand the point of it. It's so you can just focus on your Gible turn 1 and just get as many Gible down right away. Forget about the Roselia. And then turn 2, you can just go crazy with Gabite, Forest of Vitality. And never gonna let me down. Yeah, they're gonna... Yeah, so you think they're gonna go for the Unfair Stamp? What? They... I guess on their side of the things, they saw my hand and decided, oh, I can't win. Or they, as they were attacking, they knew that they couldn't win. Either way, I'm sorry that I just keep facing this deck, but it's all that anyone's playing. Or the decks that aren't this that I play, PTCGL doesn't give me any supporters. So I also regret spending money in TCG Pocket because I have like 2,600 pack hourglasses, and I also have like a bunch of Poke Gold that I'm never going to use. Okay, I mean, this is... Okay. Yeah. I think I just have to go for the fighting energy, because guess what we have to do? We have to thin the deck to get one of our... Looks like we prized about 2 supporters, but I have 9 draw supporters. We also have Unfair Stamp again in this one. We can only play with our balls once, and we don't have a TM Evolution. But I mean, I guess I put the Roselia down because maybe I can like cheese a knockout with Spiritomb. Right, because if they... Like, I'm going to evolve into Gabite, because Gabite is goated. As long as you get 1 Gabite. All this deck needs is if you get a turn 1 or turn 2 Gabite, either with TM Evolution or just, you know, getting a Gabite, your life improves thusly. But how... I mean, I have this energy is precious to me. We're going to need that energy to do anything. They're just going to go for a Spike Myth. They did Arven for that, right? Yeah, they Arven for that. Ooh, they had to get rid of a few things, though. But the Spiritomb could be what ends up winning us this game if things just buff out for me slightly. So, of course, they won't. Oh, right. They had the rare candy. Okay, so the Spiritomb's getting knocked out. The question is, do I send up the Roselia to let it get knocked out, or do I send up the damaged Gible? Because if I send up the damaged Gible, that's kind of bad. They have a Lily's Determination for next turn, so they are just fully set up. They knock out the Spiritomb. If I could top deck Unfair Stamp, that'd be pretty sick. Or I'll take an Arven. Arven. Oh, they're going for the Roselia anyways. Cool. Then that makes our life even more complicated. Like Avril Lavigne. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Okay, so we go on the Gabite train. I mean, how do I play this? Because I can retreat for free. This deck does allow me to retreat for free with Garchomp. The power weight doesn't let anyone survive, though. I think I'm just in a position where I have to attach to a bench Gabite, power weight it, and then just end turn. I believe that is the only play that I can do here. Because I can get a Garchomp next turn. The problem with getting a Garchomp next turn is that I'll come up short of a KO on the Grimmsnarl, and then they'll just do Monkey Dory things and just start taking KOs that way. And I don't want it that way, but there's gonna Lilies after this one. Hope for all the things. But all I need is to play with my PP twice. I just need Garchomp and then PP twice. And then energy. So I need a lot. But if I can just get like an Arven. Give me an Arven. I can go Unfair Stamp. I can go Power Weight. We can win. It is so simple. It is the easiest thing that anyone has ever thought of. And we can do this. Because they can't take one-shots. They probably have like de-evolution. Then I'm in big trouble. Okay. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. We will take that all day. And then I go get Champion's Call for Garchomp. Now the question is, do I go get a Gible? Getting a Gible thins out the deck, but it also gives them a very easy target to KO, and that might just cost me the game. But I think we take the risk because we'll probably lose if I don't. I mean, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And we can't play with our PP. I tried to play with my PP. We just can't do it enough. So, yeah, we'll go Poffin for nothing at Unfair Stamp. I unfortunately have to evolve this guy. And then we go attach to you. I do have the Toedscool, though, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be a good thing. All right, so it's Corkscrew Dive. And yes, I'd like to draw... Oh, such a helpful card. Thank you. Yeah, I can definitely see why Neo Upper Energy is the A-spec of choice, because just being able to use Draconic Buster without needing to double attach. And you can't really play Power Glass because you have to put Cynthia's Power Weight on there. And I always forget this is plus 30 and not plus 20. I get it confused with Lilligant. That's fine. Hand was actually pretty good, but that's fine. Okay. Now what do I do? They only have a 2-card. It seems like they have nothing going on. Yeah, they're going to go get a Grimmsnarl. They're going to heal. They're going to put 60 damage. They're probably going to knock out my Roserade. But splitting the energy is actually not a bad thing. Because I can knock out the active Grimmsnarl, and then we're actually going to have a backup Garchomp. So this is actually going to be a very interesting finish here. You know, it's going to be like the bronze medal game at the Olympics. There's going to be quite an interesting finish because Finland never wins the gold. I don't know. I'm assuming they haven't won the gold recently. It's always Canada, am I right? All right, so they knock out the Roserade. I stamp them. I can't counter catch her, though. It is very important that I do not counter catch her. Or that I do not... I can't counter catch her because that leaves damage on board for them, which we don't want. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I see how things are going to be today. So then we want, and actually let's double check the deck just to see what's in there. I have 4 Premium Power Pro and 2 Forest of Vitality. We also have a Cynthia's Power Weight, so I'll put that on the Gible as well. And then we go Arven for Unfair Stamp and Power Weight. I don't need the Air Balloon. I also don't think I'm going to need the bosses. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need the bosses here. It's risky, I know. Okay, and then we go Unfair Stamp. That didn't work. Okay, so it's very important. Another very important thing is we have to save the Arven. Well, actually, we don't really have to. I was going to say we have to save the Arven and the Poffin so I can go get a Spiritomb. But realistically, we don't. We just go... Yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be totally fine. I am gonna need, like, something here, though. Because the Spiritomb can't attack unless I get an energy. Thank you. Okay, we got this. There's no way we don't win, right? Because they'll have to... They can't counter catcher. I unfair stamp them into nothing. They hate their life. They hate their wife. They... I can't think of anything else that rhymes with life and wife. They're rife with Cloud Strife. Oh, they have no idea. They have no idea that Spiritomb is the best card. This is why you don't build a Garchomp deck without a Spiritomb. If you're building a Garchomp deck and you don't have Spiritomb in there... Yeah, I wasn't going to use that. Okay, and then we get all the stupid things. Okay, so Arven for... I think Super Rod, right? Because we have the combo now, and while we have the combo, I should do it. So Spiritomb, Energy, and then Roselia in the deck. Okay. And then Gabite for Spiritomb. Absolutely throated and goated. Spiritomb, come on down. And then that goes there. We go into you. Retreat, take the KO. Now what are you going to do, buddy? Yeah, now what are you going to do? 400 damage on a Spiritomb. Okay, so they can still win, but, you know, what if they can't? Like, I'm taking knockouts. They can put 60 damage on my Spiritomb and then just knock out a Garchomp for game. So, an Iono right now would be pretty cool. Maybe I should have saved that. Oh, no, we're still in it. We're still in it. Because they're only taking a double KO. Also, I put them into this. Oh, no, they're taking 2 KOs, and then they just go Adrenabrain. And I can't win. So I would have needed to power weight the Spiritomb. So that is GG. Like, I played this as well as I could have. But... yeah, the damn de-evolution. I was really hoping they wouldn't get de-evolution. That was the only way they could have won, is if they just had the de-evolution play. And then, of course, they have like a 3-card hand. Yep, there's a de-evolution. Okay, Veltal's fine. Actually, yeah, they only have 40 with Adrenabrain. But coming into my... interesting decision. Why are they building up this guy? Why aren't they going for the Spiritomb? Alright, so yeah, they're taking prizes. That's fine. We can still make a major comeback. We just need to top deck an Iono. That's all we need to do is just top deck an Iono. Everything's fine if we top deck an Iono. Just top deck an Iono and everything is monkey dory. You can suck my butt. Okay. I mean, we are knocking out the active Monkey Dory. And we can go Night Stretcher. I mean, I may as well just thin the deck and use Lilies, but this did not go according to plan. And then we go Buddy Poffin. I guess just thin the Toedscool out of there just to increase my chances of getting something. And then that'll go there. I will Lily's Determination. Huh. Does that do anything? If I go... wait, if I go for the Frostlass, does that do anything? Because if they just have a Garchomp, I think they win anyways. But if I knock out the Frostlass... Does that... I guess that does something? I mean, sure, let's see if this does anything. And then we go 90 on that guy. I know they have the clutch, but they would have to get Boss's energy to try to trap somebody. And I have a switch somewhere in the deck. Okay. If they're just going to go for clutch, then I just go Bosses for game. No, I can't go Bosses for game because I had to knock out the Frostlass. But if they get a Grimmsnarl and they have 2 energy, but they're down 7, that's the thing. They would have to get Super Rod because I'm assuming they have 8. I would assume they have 8 energy in their deck. They would have to get Super Rod. I mean, their hand is 7 cards, so there's a very good chance they're just counting their resources right now. If they don't have it, they'll concede. If they do have it, they'll probably just play out the turn. But I don't think they're going to have... Okay, that's weird. I guess they just wanted to thin out their deck? Because I'm obviously going to sign up the Garchomp if they Iron Bundle. But this has been a very interesting game. You know, that de-evolution, the clutch de-evolution, and I'm not talking about this kind of clutch or the clutch on your car. I was trying to make a Pokemon joke. There's no car Pokemon, is there? Well, there's a Revaroom. Revaroom was turned into a car, like the clutch on a Revaroom. I want, like, what's the seed? What's the thinking? They have to go Arven for Super Rod, and they have to have a Grimmsnarl in their hand, and then they win the game. Because, you know, going for the Frostlass, that just protected me in case the game went, like, an extra turn. Okay, there's Night Stretcher and TM Evolution. Again, I don't think they have more than 8 energy. Right? They have 5 in the discard pile, 2 on the field. They might have 1 in hand or 1 in deck. I've knocked out 2 Grimmsnarl. They must have known that they have it. Yeah, they must have known that they have 2 energy. Or they're just or they have 1 in hand. And they have 9 energy in deck. Oh. They got it. What's going on? What's happening? I'm confused. What is happening right now? They also haven't Adrenabrained. Yeah, like if I could just if I just have a Roserade, if I can just put a Roserade into play, I win the game. If I can just put a Roserade down, also Forest of Vitality meant nothing. But if I can just put a Roserade into play, then I can boss up anyone on their... Also, why did they put the Snow Runt down? But even if they had played this perfectly and not put the Snow Runt down, I still had knockout with Roserade. Because Spiritomb doesn't count the damage on itself because it's only your bench Pokemon. But look at this, the GOAT. See? People at school lied to me. They said counting will never mean anything. I counted. I know the Grimmsnarl only plays 8 energy. And I counted 2 on the field, 5 in the discard pile. They needed a big combo. There you go. You ever doubt Trust Your Pilot and his math skills? Just rewatch this game 100 times so I can get all that sweet, sweet ad revenue and you can look at those toes. That was a very long game, but hey, at least it wasn't Mega Absol Kangaskhan, which I have never lost against with this deck. All right, so let's just go quickly for the Gible. We have the TM Evolution and the Fighting Energy. We just have to hope that one of our next 8 cards... Hey, we can go Power Weight. That one of our next 8 cards is a basic or a dong. Hey, we got all the dong. Oh my god. Chill, bro. Oh, why is my Gible evolving? Why is everyone evolving? Why was everyone evolving there? Okay, and then Solrock. That goes down. And then I think we just go for the dong. Okay, and then we don't want to use Lunar Cycle quite yet. We just want to prep these guys. And scenario, Forest of Vitality hasn't really done anything. It's Premium Power Pro, right? Forest of Vitality hasn't really helped the deck out all that much. It's still just, you know, getting your Roserade out a turn earlier isn't that big of a deal, right? I'd rather have like a good stadium, like not Risky Ruins. I mean, Risky Ruins could be funny, but you're not going to get it when you need it. Yeah, how about 4 Arven? Which actually isn't bad, but I mean, I'm just going to get rid of that energy. But this was just a crazy idea I had. Like, what if you pair Garchomp with Lunatone Solrock? Someone else said, why don't you put Harry Mama in the deck as a Guster? But there isn't too much synergy. Like, I think I'd rather play Mega Lucario with Garchomp. Like, yes, you draw cards with Garchomp, but it's not the best. But yeah, the Spiritomb, maybe I should have waited, but I've had such bad luck with this game today that, you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Sometimes you just gotta thrust a nut and just go for it, and that's what I did. They better get a Ralts. If you don't get a Ralts here, you're a crazy person. Okay, you better have a Poffin or something. Okay, what? Okay, good. Yeah, you'd have to get Reversal Energy. So you'd have to put Reversal Energy in the deck in order to attack with Harry Mama. And, like, the Reversal Energy does nothing anywhere else. It's like, you just would have it for that. And, like, at least in Mega Lucario, you can put 1 Reversal and it's fine. And you can also power it up with Mega Lucario's Aura Jab. But here, it's like, you'd have to put 2 Reversals. And you can't Air Balloon to retreat it. So it's just like, it's just going to sort of sit there and you can maybe triple attach to it, but that's highly unlikely. So again, I'm going to keep the original YouTube title of like, oh my god, Forest of Vitality helps Garchomp? What? What is this madness? But in reality, it's going to be Premium Power Pro that does all the stuff. All right, that's a Garchomp top deck. I wonder what supporter I'm going to play this turn. Hey everybody, what supporter should I play this turn? Press 1 for Arven, press 2 for Arven, press 3 for Arven, press 4 for Arven. Okay. And that goes there. Nothing but the best for my viewers, right, Geezer? Yeah, I guess we just go for the power weight and... Oh, I can't knock out the Monkey Dory, can I? That's unfortunate. Huh. Well, I don't play research in the deck, but I see what you're going for. All right, let's just thin everybody out of the deck. Get everybody out of here. Yeah, let's get that. So we have a Garchomp. And then we go power weight. I think I just do nothing, right? We just let them... Wait a second. Wait. Did anybody else just notice what happened? Nobody else noticed it, and I didn't. They turbo energized instead of TM evolution. What? Is this a Mega Guardy deck? Did they... Yeah, they're playing turbo energize instead of evolution. So this might be like a Mega Guardy deck. It's not a Mega Guardy deck. Is that a thing? Did I miss something? Is Turbo Energize a thing? Because I feel like I would have been alerted. I feel like I would have been alerted to that. It is a thing? Okay, I'm so used to facing Gardevoir where they just always have the turn 2. It happened at Milwaukee. Milwaukee on D's nuts, am I right? All right, so let's go Arven. I guess I just Cosmic Beam their butt. Press 1 if you want me to Cosmic Beam their butt. Or no, I just go up with Garchomp. Yeah, I was like, we don't bother with that. All right, and then Garchomp, come on down. I mean, let's just lilies for 8, right? Why not? There's nothing I want. There's nothing I need. You know, what am I going to do? Play with my PP? I've done that way too much. Oh, it was the second place Milwaukee list. Okay. I guess if you're really worried about, like, Badoo. Oh, if they have an Amorous. Yeah, I was looking at an Amorous. It's just such an underrated card. At Walking Plane. But remember, we want the Garchomp to take damage. We want Garchomp to take damage to activate Spiritomb. Even I know I put it into play too early, but we want damage on board. Yeah, the baby Enamorous, it just does 200 damage for 3 energy if you have a similar type Pokemon in play as your opponent, which everyone does. So I was looking at like that's actually a pretty decent card. Because if you're expecting a lot of mirror matches, because in tournaments the meta narrows mightily, right? Like you look at Megapile, the Toads deck, that had colorless, psychic, and dark, right? What does Garchomp or what does Gardevoir have? Gardevoir has psychic and dark. So if a deck plays dark, Pheasantipity, boom. Did they just slap? That does not slap. You just slapped my Lunatone. I will never forgive you for this. All right, so we just go Air Balloon and we play with our PP. Because now we do it. Now we do the thing. All right, so that's there. That goes there. And then remember, I have 8 energy in the deck, but I think we still want to... Do we still want to bust? No, we'll put a Defiance Band on this guy. And we'll put that there. And then we go, oh yeah, we got to play with our PP. I always forget that important step. Yeah, I mean, I'll just, right after the game, I'll just check their deck list, because PDC-GO allows you to do that. So obviously the successor would allow you to do that too, right? The sequel to PDC-GO would have not just the same features, but improved, right? There's no way they'd omit something like that that lets you experiment and whack off together. And Huge Beard Guy, well, at least you didn't get the pink or purple card glitch. You know, you didn't see the back of the cards, you just didn't see the front of the cards. There's a difference. You know, you didn't get the heart of the cards. All right, what's the play here? Do I just knock out the Gardevoir? I can do... Oh, I'd be a little bit short. So they can just... Yeah, I guess I just go into you. We Arven. Don't forget that I have Unfair Stamp in the deck. So let's really scare him here. Let's be like, yeah, what are you going to do? I got an Unfair Stamp in this deck, buddy. What you going to do? The Spiritomb can't take the knockout, unfortunately. If I had Maximum Belt, then yes. But it would only do 250, and that would just... I mean, yeah, you could make the argument that I should have done that, but... unfortunately, yeah, I used to think that Spiritomb does not hit for weakness, unfortunately. I know, when I first started playing this, I was like, oh, sweet, why we hit for weakness? Then, like, you attacked with it. Why didn't it hit for weakness? It's like, oh, right, the second part, isn't affected by weakness. You know they added that at the last second when they were playtesting it. They were like, oh, it's too busted. We can't let our precious Gardevoir deck get hurt by a Spiritomb. We can't let our precious Gardevoir get knocked out by this little idiot. So then they added that, oh, this detects damage isn't affected by weakness. But who does that? Who's the only Pokemon that really affects? Who's the only one that affects? Yeah, Gardevoir, exactly. So I'm putting them in a very precarious position. Never mind. But if they... Okay. I mean, if they put any damage on anyone, they could be in big trouble here. Because they have to fully heal the Gardevoir. Maybe I should have used the... Maybe I should have played with my PP. And Default of Rivia, I am heavily contemplating buying The Witcher 3 on PS5. Heavily... Oh, here we go. There you go. See? A little bit of patience. What am I, an emergency room? Because I got a little bit of patience. If I don't have a Dong to play with, that's okay. But we always got a Dong. There's always a Dong to be played with if you look hard enough. But the problem is that, you know, I played through The Witcher 3 and all the DLC, how many? Like 8 years ago on PS4, 500 damage. Oh, that's beautiful. Get out of here, Guardy. Just absolutely get punished. I can't put this in the YouTube video because it's Gardevoir and they still took 9 minutes. They're going to be 9 minutes in before taking a single prize. This is why I can't upload Gardevoir games in the videos. Because, again, it's been 9 minutes. They haven't taken a single prize. My feet are tied. I can't do it. Like, I value your time too much. I value you too much. But my issue is that I didn't speed through it before. The Lunatone's not a Cynthia's Pokemon. So the Lunatone doesn't count. So yeah, I would have been just short, and then they would have been able to go triple Monkey Dory, suck my butt, and that would have been bad. Yeah, just, I don't know, because I beat the base game. I played Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine. Just start the video from the last turn. Nah, I gotta watch the VOD, Big Daddy. But like, I wanted the, you know, better load times, better graphics, better frame rate. It's just, the Siri parts are so boring. And, you know, the combat isn't amazing, but it's like, it's the best RPG of the generation. But again, I haven't played Cyberpunk, right? Like, I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. And I feel like that's the logical next step, is I should play Cyberpunk before I do anything else. Or, I mean, I guess I could start, like, the video a bit later, right? We could start at, like, I could just do, like, hey, Gardevoir's really boring, and we start the video a little bit later than normal, because, again, I've just been doing nothing. And we just go Gardevoir, because this was apparently the second place Milwaukee list. Second place Milwaukee list. Start at turn where I do nothing. Start at turn where I do nothing. That'll... Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great if I just get an energy and a Night Stretcher. And Jose, well, yeah, I'd be playing the newer version for sure. Like I get the complete edition on PS5. Oh, this is gonna be great. All I need is just a couple things. We can get the Unfair Stamp. We can Iono them. We can do so many things. Of course, BDCGL will say, I hate your face and not let fun things happen. But I think we win anyways, right? And as I've said, they will not let fun things happen. Just give me a playable card. Hey, that's not what I wanted. But I can go and get the Spiritomb. Or... I mean, most likely what they're going to do is they're going to do the thing. So let's go that there. And then we don't put the Spiritomb into play. That's very important. And then I Corkscrew Dive. They're obviously going to knock out the Garchomp on the bench because they have to. But they're in a situation where they have to Iono, and they must be out of Iono. Yeah, they're out of Iono. I haven't seen an Enamorus. Not that Enamorus would have come into play this game, because I don't have any Psychic or Dark types. But like, hey. Yeah, they just took their first prize 11 minutes in. Again, this is why I don't show Gardevoir in my YouTube videos, because, oh my god, it is so boring. At least when Gardevoir rotates and it's Mega Gardevoir, you just play it with, like, Wonder Patch, and you just go crazy with Wonder Patch and, like, Smooch them if that's still in Standard at that point. So I'm kind of excited for Mega Gardevoir next format, or next rotation. Okay. But you seem to be forgetting that there's someone on your bench you should be a little bit more concerned about. I feel like the Fallen Creed doesn't notice that there's someone on their bench that might be of concern to them. That might be slightly concerning against a fighting deck. Could be one certain Pokemon that has some sort of skibidi riz that does things with a toilet. Are they just gonna go for my Garchomp and put me down to 1 prize and be like, checkmate, bro? Hopefully you don't have a bosses, and then they'll check my discard pile and they'll be like, oh, PDC GL has been screwing you over the entire game, and the only supporter that's missing is bosses. And they have to go for the Garchomp. They can't not go for the Garchomp unless it's not a knockout. Oh, it's not a knockout. It wasn't even a knockout. So, yeah. Well, apparently you can play Garchomp. Oh, and we got the thing. You know what? I'm going to BM them. I'm going to BM them. I'm going to be like, yeah, we're going to get that unfair stamp, bro. What were you going to do? Yeah, what were you going to do, bro? We got the Night Stretcher too? I'm about to bust. I'm about to Draconic Buster all over you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even need the weakness. We were doing 520. Wait, did I play with my PP at all this game? I only played with it once this game. I could have played with my PP 3 more times. Oh, my God. Okay, so I cut out the beginning of this game, YouTube audience, to spare you the nothingness that always happens against Gardevoir, but they were playing Turbo Energize instead of TM Evolution, which I don't think is a good idea. But apparently it was the 2nd place Milwaukee list. I will check my notes. Actually, I'll probably forget to do that. All you need to know is that Garchomp can be paired with Lunatone Solrock instead of Roserade. Should it? I don't know. Can it? Absolutely. Just like you can stick your foot in a peanut butter jar and then have someone lick off the peanut butter. You should do that though. You should definitely do that and then send me a video. Like send me a video, DM me on Discord, send me a video, and that'll be good.